Hello Reformers, and welcome back to the war for Iokath. Now, when we left off, we had arrived in this rather large and grand area, and this is within a weapons factory, as you can see on the right side of the screen there. But otherwise, this is a dark side playthrough, so if you don't like the dark side options, then just wait on my channel for Zaylan to come along, and he's gonna do all the light side options. If you don't want to wait for that, then I completely understand. But seeing as Zaynash was, widely regarded as one of my most popular characters, I decided to do him first. Anyway, that sounds a bit wrong, but we're going to move on anyway. Let's move on swiftly. This guy is also, if you haven't seen the previous episode, a member of the ancient race of beings that created Iokath and actually lived here and created all these weapons of mass destruction. And I gotta say, he actually looks familiar to me. He looks quite familiar, so I'm unsure if he's actually a race that we've seen previously. He reminds me of something. He reminds me of a certain Jedi. I wonder whether you know who I'm talking about. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Anyway, we have now been approached by this protector droid, and we're going to try and do our very best to eliminate it, obviously, because it is in our way, and we do not appreciate obstacles like this. So we're going to do our very best to eliminate it, but the thing with this is that it's going to have one of these mechanics, isn't it? Yes, we are going to have to eliminate power cells, which is absolutely fine. I actually don't mind this at all, because I am a dot spec, and being a dot spec, it actually makes things a little bit easier to deal with, because you can just dot things up and then run around, and the dots will continue to deal damage, and hopefully eventually eliminate, whatever target you were attempting to kill. So, there you go, we've eliminated that. So what does that do? Does that do anything? Does that actually do anything and make any kind of difference whatsoever? It didn't seem to make any difference. Maybe it had a shield or something like that on it, or whatever, but I don't think that was the case, actually. I think that there was some weird stuff going on there that maybe didn't actually make a difference. Oh well, never mind. I don't really mind anyway, because, well, it's kind of fun to fight with Zaynash again. It's been a while. Okay, so he does have a shield. Now, what does this shield do? Shield, oh my, they really misspelled shield. Do you see that? They misspelled shield. It is literally sealed right now. Sealed, without the H. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Okay, I know that they rushed this a little bit, but I didn't think they rushed it that much as to, have a typo on that. Look at that. Sealed energy is building to dangerous levels. At 60 charges, the shield will explode. Alright, so I guess I just have to eliminate this thing as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, well, yeah, okay, so basically these probes are what I have to destroy, but the problem with these probes is the fact that they continually respawn, and it's going to explode now. So the shield overload, that really did nothing. That literally did nothing. That is the most hilarious ability, with the exception of, well, including, shall I say, not with the exception of, but with including that.
I'm dispatching teams to secure the rest of the weaponry.
Meet me at Asina's base. It's about time we take the fight to the Republic.
I'll see you there, and I have something to discuss once you arrive. Lana out.
Ah, right, so Lana has something to discuss with us at least, but also the fact that, again, yes, including the typo and the fact that the ability was so easy to avoid, I'm actually a bit weirded out by it, because it was like a massive, shockwave of energy will disperse and kill you instantly. It probably would actually do a lot of damage. It might even kill you instantly. I didn't really want to find out, but the point is, it's a bit weird, right? It's a bit weird how they made it out to be such an amazing ability, and then it turns out to just be a really low radius, really low range. But anyway, yeah, Lana has something to speak with us about. Has to speak to us about something. Yeah, whatever. You get what I mean. And I still find it a bit weird that we are allying ourselves with the Empire? I mean, are we not powerful enough, considering we have some of the most powerful people on our side, with the exception of, the people that just work behind the scenes, so they don't really get involved in the combat or anything like that. But if you think about it, Zaynash, or the player character in this case, is probably the most powerful being in the galaxy. Because if you think about it, you know, we've destroyed one of the most powerful beings, and that is, of course, well, spoilerific. If you haven't actually seen my series on Knights of the Eternal Throne and Knights of the Fallen Empire, then I don't know what you're doing here. But if you don't want to hear any spoilers, then, well, this is your warning. This is your warning. So yeah. Anyway, for those of you that do already know and have seen the series, then yeah. Welcome, hello. Anyway, yes, point is, Valkorion, right? We killed Valkorion, and he was an utter, insane, extremely powerful, you know, Sith Lord / eternal, immortal being, and I find it really hilarious how they were just like, yeah, but you need the Empire's help to defeat the Republic, who is, you know, kind of just limping along, because they're weakened. They are super weakened. It's a bit weird, right?
Commander, we need to talk.
Time's short, Lana. What's on your mind?
I've been thinking, how did the Empire, the Republic, and the Eternal Alliance all find the superweapon within minutes of each other?
The timing's too perfect. It can't be a coincidence.
Exactly. We were acting on intel from an anonymous source, and it turns out so was the Empire.
What's your point?
I cross-referenced both sets of data, and they're identical. I'm confident the Republic received the same intel. Whoever tipped us off wanted everyone to clash over the superweapon. They wanted to start a galactic war.
Don't breathe a word of this to anyone. We can't be sure who to trust.
I couldn't agree more. The Shroud would normally be a suspect, but we've already cracked that mystery. And then there's Darth Jadus, or a rogue agent inside the Republic SIS.
Let's not rule out Sith intelligence.
The point is, there are too many suspects to count.
Find me a name.
I'm on it, Commander.
Welcome back, Commander. Meet the Crimson Talon, a joint Imperial Alliance production, outfitted with Iokath weaponry and ready for you to pilot in battle.
If I'd known we were exchanging gifts, I wouldn't have shown up empty-handed.
Bring me Malcolm's head and we'll call it even.
Incoming call.
Supreme Commander Malcolm, have you called to surrender?
Not quite. Consider this a friendly warning. My engineers have discovered a back door into the superweapon. Once they've gained access, we will turn the weapon against you and win this war for the Republic.
There's no way you bypass the defenses so quickly.
Denial won't save you.
This isn't a game, Malcolm. If you activate that weapon, thousands will die.
But I'll save millions of Republic lives from your Eternal Fleet. I thought you'd do the same, but I see I was wrong. Goodbye, Agent Sean.
Damn it, Malcolm.
Harness that rage, Theron. Use it to crush your father's resistance.
Let's move out.
The Walker is yours, Commander. Lead our charge. Crush the Republic.
Ah, I see. Another vehicle section. How wonderful. Alright, so I've just had a quick look at some of our abilities, and they're basically a meshing of what we have experienced beforehand with other walkers. And there's also a cluster of Iokath power crystals over here, and you can also get reputation points and things like that. So there you go. Used to power Iokath technology can be obtained on Iokath. I don't know what those do, but I can assume that they are probably for some item crafting or something along those lines. Okay, so where do we need to go? Well, we need to, yes, we need to go over there, don't we? So I guess we're just going to be dealing some damage. I am probably not going to show you all this, because this is obviously quite, shall we say, not exciting? Not particularly exciting, anyway. I mean, as you can see, it's literally just me running through a bunch of enemies and, yeah, hoping that everything goes smoothly, but yeah, I was hoping that they might not do these anymore. I don't really mind, as I've as I've said before, I don't really mind the fact that they are doing a shorter expansion, because if it's intriguing as this is, you know, with this story, I don't really mind that. I don't have a problem with that at all. But what I do have a problem with is, you know, just having a, you know, having a bit of a time-wasting sort of, you know, thing going on there. But, ah well, it doesn't really matter so much, because we could just eliminate these real quick. And, yeah, I don't know why they've made everything extremely slow with the cooldowns, because the other few walkers that we've had the pleasure of, you know, piloting, they've actually been pretty decent in terms of that. So I'm going to load some missiles here, and we have missile launch. Fires a single missile that does high damage. Okay, so I guess I can just do that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I actually like that a lot more than the other thing that we have. So I think I'm just going to just spam this a bit. So that's, yeah, look at that. I can actually stay out of range as well. Wow, that's actually really cool. And I do like the little graphic that they have to indicate that you are loading missiles. There's also homing missiles, which is amazing. Requires a full batch of missiles to be able to be used. So that's pretty cool. But yes, this is very much standard fare for us right now. So I suppose I'm gonna see you when I'm through all of these enemies. Oh, okay, so it seems like I was able to just basically skip everything by jumping off the cliff.
Last chance. Surrender, or I activate the superweapon.
No deal.
Theron, you wouldn't.
Take the shot.
I'm sorry.
Theron.
Don't do it, Malcolm.
I see a radiant city, bathed in light, forged by the molten gods.
Malcolm!
The superweapon is glorious, and it belongs to the Republic.
It was only a matter of time before Malcolm snapped.
No, Commander. It's you who are blind. No! The gates are closing!
Sir, your connection to the throne is breaking down. Superweapon controls are failing.
No, I can still see it. I know what I must do. They're coming.
Father! It's too late, Theron. We can't give up now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's amusing, suffice it to say. I'm actually kind of surprised. Okay, so a few things in that cutscene that were extremely unbelievable. Okay, first thing, Theron shot at his father. Yeah, that's believable. Yep, that's absolutely fine, absolutely believable. And then the second thing is the fact that he missed multiple times. And I would assume that he was attempting to at least disable him, you know, at least prevent him from getting to the super weapons throne, quote unquote. And he was unable to do that, which is amusing in itself. Also, the player character, the commander, decided that it would be a good idea not to do anything, which I thought was quite funny as well. Now, obviously the story has to progress in some way or another, but I think maybe it should have been done a little bit differently. Maybe Malcolm should have already been on the throne or something, and maybe then, you know, that would have made sense for him to activate it and so on. I kind of knew that it was going to backfire in a very, very bad way, because the ancient being itself was dead on the throne, so I would assume that it burns up the user whenever it is activated. And I'm a bit worried now that we're probably going to get fried. We're probably going to get absolutely murdered on Iokath because he's activated the super weapon.
You were right, son. I'm so sorry. Tell your mother. I'm sorry.
You always put the Republic first. I hated you for that. But now you're gone. And I couldn't save you.
I know I can't make the pain stop, but I'll be here to help you. Every step of the way.
Thank you. That means a lot. Malcolm's power flux knocked out the superweapon's defenses. Killed the signal that put our ships in lockdown. The Eternal Fleet's back online.
It's about time.
Commander, I'm detecting massive power spikes at the superweapon facility.
Let me guess. That's bad.
More like catastrophic. The weapon core is charging and no one's at the controls. If you don't deactivate it soon, it may obliterate the entire planet.
How soon until the weapon fries Iokath?
We're talking minutes. You'll never make it in time.
Hold on. With the shields down, I can remotely slice into the mainframe from here. Maybe buy you enough time to manually kill the weapon at the source.
Do whatever it takes. In the meantime, tell our forces to take shelter. Be safe. Both of you.
You too, Commander.
Eternal Fleet. Move into position and charge all forward batteries. It's time to knock out a superweapon.
Yes, there you go. That's what we like, isn't it? That's what we like, to actually have a little bit of, you know, a little bit of control over our extremely powerful fleet. That's really nice. I like that. Anyway, as you could probably tell, I was being a little bit nicer there to Theron, because, come on now, his father just died. We have to be a little bit nice to him, at the very least. Just a little. Just a little, you know. Obviously, that's quite a big thing to have to deal with. Obviously, he didn't really like his father, but still, you know, it is his father. So I decided to be a little bit nicer to him than I otherwise would have been if I was playing it extremely, 100%, you know, harsh. But you do have to bear in mind also that the quote-unquote dark side option, or should I say the, you know, slightly more negative option, which is usually the, usually number 3, usually the third option, that was, he died a hero's death. So I decided to say something a little bit different there as well, because, yeah, he may have died a hero's death, but he didn't realize that that was actually the case.
Theron, I've reached the superweapon facility. How do I shut it down?
You'll need to interface with the main controls. Look for a throne, take a seat, and hope for the best.
I've already conquered one throne. This will obey me just as easily.
Let's hope you're right. Time's running out. Hurry!
Where am I? Who are you?
I am Rage, Molten Fury, your god, and your destroyer.
You're just a machine, stranded on a dead planet and worshipped by a bunch of tin cans.
Darkness, lies. Show me your rage. You burn with fury, immolation, anger, a sacrifice superior.
I didn't come here to be poked and prodded.
You had no choice. You were lured here. Blinded by duty, distracted by trust. You did not see the blade to your neck. The rage in your shadow, the traitor.
I've let too many people into my inner circle. It was only a matter of time before someone stabbed me in the back.
Suspicion corrodes. The betrayer lured you to Iokath, ignited war, sparked the engines of rage, envy, passion, hate, sorrow. The betrayer now offers you sacrifice pride, fuel for the 6 gods.
I'm not an offering. I'm your destroyer.
Rage. Now, you fall, and the gods rise!
Ships of the Eternal Fleet, open fire!
Rise again!
Ah! Lana.
Don't worry, Commander. You're safe.
I found the super weapon. It was a giant droid.
I know. You've been talking in your sleep.
Your dreams are almost as bad as mine. Whatever that droid is, you knocked it out of commission with the Eternal Fleet. Now it's recharging and gearing up for a counterattack.
Which is why we must strike soon. Hesitate too long and the Titan may destroy us all.
Someone betrayed me. They lured me into that death trap and sabotaged the throne. Just like they tricked all of us into fighting a war on Iokath.
The conspiracy cuts deeper than we imagined.
Sounds like an inside job, all right. Only a handful of people could get close enough to sabotage the throne.
Who could have done such a thing?
Asina is an expert strategist. If she took me down, the galaxy would be as good as hers.
I always thought she had a case of throne envy.
Why stop with Asina? If we're tallying suspects, we have to consider Eiko, Vizsla, Satele, and the entire Alliance army.
Not to mention Lana. And hell, even me.
Whoever it is, I want them rooted out, quickly.
There's only one solution. You must monitor everyone.
Hold on, Minister of Paranoia. You can't invade everyone's privacy to sniff out a single rat.
I can't, but the Commander can. Give the order and I'll begin surveillance of everyone, even Theron and myself. It's the only way to flush out the traitor.
I can't take any more chances. If someone so much as scratches their nose, I want to hear about it.
We'll form a surveillance team. Everyone will be considered a suspect.
Excellent. You're awake and looking stronger than ever, I see. Are you ready to return to the battlefield?
Someone stabbed me in the back. Was it you?
This is preposterous.
Answer the question.
My life is an open book. Scour every detail and you'll find I would never betray you.
I'll be the judge of that.
So be it. Just don't let my dirty laundry distract you from the war. You've dealt a crushing blow to the Republic, but they stubbornly refuse to surrender. Our fight for Iokath rages on.
We can plot our next strategy over a bottle of Zakulan wine.
I don't think that would be appropriate, Commander. Not yet. We must rain destruction on the Republic, day and night, until we soak Iokath with their blood. Only then will we emerge triumphant. Good luck on the battlefield, Commander. Victory will be ours.
We'll track her movements, see what she's hiding.
I'll promise you right now, whoever this traitor is, we will find them.
And we'll make them pay.
I know you will. While you start searching, I'm going to win the war they started.
For the Eternal Alliance.
May the Force serve us all.
Okay, before I say anything else, is that it? I think it is, actually. Is it? I'm not sure. Is that the end of the war for Iokath? I don't know. Let's take a look here. What does this say? As the Republic and Empire grapple for control of Iokath, Alliance forces need to know which faction, if any, will receive their support. Use the troop deployment console to lend your support to the Empire or Republic. Alright, I suppose we might do that in the next episode, but the war for Iokath has been completed, by the looks of things. Now, I don't actually think it's Asina that is the traitor. I don't think it's Asina at all. She seems much too much like an honorable Sith to do something like that, and she has worked with us well in the past, and I don't think that she would be capable of doing something like that. I tried to take a look at the hands of the traitor, whoever that was, and I think it might, I don't know, but I think it looks like Scorpio, but obviously, as we know, Scorpio is no longer around for reasons that I will not say if you are still here and you don't want more spoilers. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching and for joining me along this journey. Do you want to see this extra thing here? I don't actually know whether it's, I mean, it is technically on Iokath, so I suppose it's just a bunch of extra daily missions, perhaps. Not entirely sure, but do you want to see that? Well, let me know. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.